My mother, Mary Ruth Craig, was born in Painesville, Ohio, March 12, 1951. She was the youngest of 4 children. Her parents were Ruth Evelyn Baldoff and Julian King Craig. Her father, my grandfather, passed in 1967, a few years before I was born. Her mother, my grandma, lived to be 88 years old, passing in 2005. Her brother David, known as Bub, and sister Julie were both lifelong residents of Ohio, and both also preceded her in passing. Her sister Ellen, known to most of us as Doll, resides in Fountain Hills, Arizona, with her husband Larry. My mother attended St. Mary's School in Painesville and graduated from Via Angela St. Joseph High School in Cleveland in 1969. She worked as an aide for many years at Ivy House Nursing Home in Painesville and graduated from the Willoughby Eastlake School of Practical Nursing in 1980. She specialized in Alzheimer's at Manor Care Nursing Home in Willoughby, Ohio, for over 20 years. My mom provided me with the opportunity to live an equestrian lifestyle. This started humbly at Corn Popper Farm in Painesville, Ohio, in the early 1980s, where we went trail riding and took lessons, and eventually owned our first horses. It was on a group trail ride at Corn Popper Farm where my mom met Doug. He was invited to the ride by a coworker who kept his horse at the farm. While cantering down a winding, wooded trail, Doug hit his knee on a tree. And my mother was a nurse, after all. They married in 1984. In 2003, she relocated from Ohio to Chandler, Arizona to join me in the development of 2 small businesses. The first was a Visiting Angels senior home care franchise, which then became a private duty agency renamed Hearts of Gold Home Care in 2013. The other business involved our shared lifelong passion for horses and was also her place of residence for over 20 years. Named Celebrity Ranch after our first quarter horse broodmare, I'm a Pretty Celebrity. Over the years at Celebrity Ranch, my mom bred and raised several horses, assisting with their care and the never-ending chores in keeping up a horse facility. She used to enjoy some trail riding and spent a lot of time helping us get horses ready for shows, the grooming, organizing of tack, and helping us get to the gate on time. My mother was a lifelong animal lover. She took riding lessons as a child at the Lake County Fairgrounds. She took care of hundreds of feral cats over the years living at the ranch, feeding, trapping, spaying, and neutering cats that were stray and abandoned in the neighborhood. She worked with Boxer Dog Rescue back in Ohio, and when I was growing up, she was a 4-H advisor for Lake County Horsemen and Willoughby High Plains Drifters in Lake County, Ohio. She also owned a number of exotic birds in her lifetime, including a couple different types of cockatoos and an African gray parrot. And at the ranch here in Arizona, countless chickens. My mom could always sense when there was a problem with a horse. In 2013, we foaled a beautiful colt named Alex, who I still have today. Alex's mother died when he was only 2 days old. My mother knew something wasn't right and checked on the pair every hour, long after dark, after bedtime. If she didn't have this special intuition, we most likely would have lost Alex then too, since a foal can't go more than 8 hours without nursing. Alex was raised on goat's milk, which had to be fed to him every 2 to 3 hours for about 2 months. We were blessed with a lot of volunteers taking shifts around the clock to help feed Alex, but my mother did many of the late-night feedings herself. She loved Alex, and she referred to herself as his grandmother. My mom also loved to read, loved scary movies, and of course, having been a teenager in the 1960s, she loved the Beatles. I discovered her record collection when I was a little kid. My friends and I spent countless hours listening to those same vinyl records. She had doodled their names all over the album covers. Clearly, Paul was her favorite. I still have those albums. In more recent years, she enjoyed gardening and bird watching and was a huge fan of NFL football and an even bigger fan of professional bull riding. She also followed the weather closely. Some of us would joke that she missed her calling as a meteorologist. She was very much a person who liked to care for others, human or animal, and always prioritized the care of others over taking care of herself. I feel there are many things I would never have achieved in my own life if not for my mom. She gave me a wonderful life. We were fairly poor when I was little, but I never knew that. I was spoiled with lots of toys, swing sets, bikes, clothes, the jeans with embroidery on the pockets, roller skates. Then horses. Then as a young adult, help with establishing credit, coming up with a down payment for my first house. She treated my daughter to vacations every summer, even if I couldn't afford to take off work to go. Anytime part of my life wasn't working out, my mom was there. But everything has an end. Nothing gold can stay. If you could write your own ending, my mom's wasn't so bad. She went on vacation with her husband of 41 years to do some things she was really looking forward to. Seeing the bull riders compete in Las Vegas, the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere, some Route 66 stops like Oatman, Arizona. She came home, happy, sharing her stories and pictures from her trip. She walked through the stables for the last time that afternoon, giving her special treats to the horses that she loved. She fixed a steak for dinner and went to bed. Then the next day, she met the Lord.
Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. You just got to see me through